Aston Villa. I don't think I'm exactly over-exaggerating when I say that the Villains are one of England's biggest clubs, which is why I find it ridiculous that the club from Birmingham are in the midst of the relegation battle following their recent promotion to the Premier League. Villa are a club that should be fighting for European promotion, not fighting to barely survive in the Premier League. I mean, I have a little bit of a soft spot, just a little bit of a soft spot for Villa, which is why I'm pretty excited to do what I'm about to do today. And that is to rebuild Aston Villa. G'day guys, how's it going? It is Jared HD here. Welcome back to the FIFA 20 Career Mode Rebuilding Series. Today, we are headed to the English Premier League, taking over Aston Villa. But if you guys are keen for today's rebuild and you do go on to enjoy it, make sure as always that you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So I mean, we have a pretty decent side, I would say, to start off life in the Premier League with. I mean, overall wise, there's some strong points, obviously Jack Grealish, but we've got Pepe Reina as well. But the thing that's good about this Villa side is it has incredible growth. So I'm excited to see how players like Douglas Luiz, Wesley, even Jack Grealish as well, how they grow throughout this rebuild. But in terms of improvements for the first season, a new centre-back, maybe a young striker, I want to improve and get the entire squad to be young, ridiculous good players. But we're going to start things off with a player departure. It is Ahmed El Mohammadi, the Egyptian defender, headed to Montpellier for £1.2 million. Another player departure here, Conor Hourihane, headed to West Ham United for £5.3 million. And the first signing in the Mr. Rebuild era at Aston Villa is for Pau Torres, the Spanish defender, coming across from Villarreal for £16 million. A fan favourite, a player that helped Villa get back into the Premier League, Tammy Abraham. He's been lighting it up at Chelsea, but he's come back to Aston Villa on a permanent deal here. £20.5 million for the English striker. And another player departure here, trying to raise as much capital as possible. We have sold Neil Taylor, the Welsh defender, headed to Trabzonspor in the Turkish Super League for £1.4 million. Bit of a Spanish revolution going on here at Villa Park. We've brought in another Spanish La Liga player. This time it's from Valencia. We have signed Ferran Torres on the right-hand side of the midfield. Henry Lansbury is headed to Anderlecht in the Belgian league here. £1.6 million for him. A massive signing here. I'm really impressed so far with the business we've been able to do, but Harvey Barnes coming across from Leicester City for just £19.3 million. That, in my opinion, is a steal. So we have absolutely cleaned shop in this transfer window. 4 players in, 4 players out. I'm very keen to see where we're going to become the 1st of January. Are we going to be in the relegation battle or are we going to be higher? I honestly couldn't tell you. 12th position is where we find ourselves on the 1st of January, but I'm not super comfortable yet. As you can see, Sheffield United, they were occupying that final spot on 14 points, so only 4 points between us, but I don't know if we got more of a chance of getting relegated than pushing for Europe, to be honest. I don't think it will come as any surprise to you guys that we have done zero business here in the January transfer window. We blew virtually our entire budget in that opening window. We've gone from signing everybody and anybody to no business here. And I think it's the right call. I mean, it's the only call. But at the end of the season, we have survived the relegation battle quite comfortably. We went from 4 points out of the relegation zone to 20 points out of the relegation zone, which is a great move. So I believe it was Brighton, Sheffield and Bournemouth getting relegated, but the side winning the league is going to be Man City. We didn't come close to European football though, so a comfortable mid-table finish. I'm sure all Aston Villa fans would take that. Spurs did win the FA Cup, however. Liverpool absolutely demolished Chelsea to win the Carabao Cup. Liverpool also won the Champions League. Fair play to Jurgen Klopp's team. And it was Inter Milan winning an all-Italian Europa League final. So, an absolutely ridiculous start to life at Aston Villa. We have signed some massive players, laid the foundations, survived relegation comfortably. That is the perfect start in my honest opinion. Let's crack on now to season number 2. So coming into this season, I knew that we would have to go ahead and get a goalkeeper. I knew Pepe Reina was only here for a 1-year loan. But honestly, when I started this rebuild, I did not expect to be signing Kepa Arrizabalaga at the start of our second season. He's out of favour at the moment at Chelsea, so we have pounced upon that and signed another Spaniard to the side, this time for £34.5 million. And we have decided to sell Samata to Wolverhampton here. The striker headed for £12.1 million. We have also decided to sell Tom Heaton here, a brilliant goalkeeper, but he's starting to decline in terms of FIFA. So I've moved him on to Real Betis for well under his valuation, to be fair, for £3.15 million. We've also sold another player here, another striker. Scott Hogan headed to Hellas Verona. Getting rid of a lot of our older players here, a lot of players that were on loan last season as well. James Chester headed to Saint Etienne, and Boya Baston headed here back to his home nation of Spain, off to Getafe for £9.6 million. So a decent price for him, to be fair. I think you guys are going to start wondering when I'm actually going to make a bloody signing. We've had another player leave the club, Tyrone Mings, joining Samata at Wolves for £8.8 million. And Kalinic, I mean, if you watched the Aston Villa save that I did on my second channel, Jared HD2, last FIFA, you would know that I have a lot of love for this guy. But Kalinic is headed to Besiktas for £5.8 million. Finally, we make another signing, and it's another Spanish signing. I promise, lads, I'm not trying to do this on purpose. They just fit the club so well. It is Junior Firpo coming across from Barcelona here for £23.4 million. Continuing to upgrade our defense here, and it is a man with a lot of Premier League experience. It is Davinson Sanchez, the Colombian defender, making the move from Tottenham for just £31 million. So definitely another massive transfer window in the books. Kepa, Firpo, and Sanchez all into the club, and then a whole array of players out of it. We really got rid of a lot of the deadwood players, if you'd call them that. So I'm very keen to see how we're stacking up against the rest of the teams come the 1st of January again. 9th position in the Premier League. That is definitely good. We're well away from the relegation battle, but it would be nice if we could push for one of those Europa League spots. So we're sitting in 9th, 37 points. Arsenal in 5th, only 8 points ahead of us. This is a move that I did not want to make, but Ferran Torres has been a whiny little dickhead all season long. He wanted out of the club. The board were getting pissed off with me, so we've moved the Spaniard on to Bayern Munich for £65.5 million. And we have gone straight away and picked up his replacement. It is Nicolas Pepe, £52 million from Arsenal. Not only is he a terrific signing, but he also, like taking away one of the best players from one of our rivals in terms of making European football, that's going to cripple them a lot. So definitely quality over quantity this window. Pepe in, Torres out, a slight improvement. Hopefully Pepe can get us into a Europa League spot. Also, just a little heads up, I have loaned on Bjorn Engels to PSG. He wanted a loan deal. My manager rating was getting very low, so I had to do it. We've pushed up all the way to 6th position at the end of Season 2, so potentially we might be able to go to the Europa League qualifiers, I think. So that would be absolutely fantastic if we're playing Europa League football next season. I know it's not the Champions League, but still good to be climbing up the table. We've gone from, 12th or 11th last season up to 6th. So that is a monumental improvement. Liverpool have won the league again, though, as you would have seen. And it is Stoke, Norwich, and Bristol City. Bristol City only won one game all year. That is pathetic. They're all back down to the Championship. Liverpool have taken down Spurs 3-1 to win the FA Cup. Liverpool have done the domestic treble. They've beaten Wolves in the Carabao Cup. Atletico Madrid defeat Juventus in the Champions League final. And it is Valencia winning the Europa League. So, season number 2 in the books. Done and dusted. We continue to make some fantastic improvements to our side. I'm very keen to see how Season 3 tracks along. Season 3 begins with a move I did not want to make, but again, just like Bjorn Engels, Douglas Luiz was not loving life at Villa Park. I don't want to sell him, but I had to loan him out straight away because the board, our manager rating was at a 44, so Douglas Luiz is off to Man United for the year. Another player that wanted out of the club desperately, it is Trezeguet, the Egyptian winger, off to Leicester City for £15.4 million. Third time's the charm, John McGinn, he's another player, the third player wanting out of the club. And I love John McGinn, but he's headed to West Ham United for £15.4 million. Finally, a signing coming into the club, and it is a big boy signing. Wilfred Ndidi, the Nigerian defensive midfielder, 86 rated at just 24 years of age, 65.2 big ones coming into the club. And Frederick, I want to put that little expression on the tongue, but my tongue's too bloody fat. But Frederick Gilbert is headed off to Borussia Mönchengladbach for 24.3 million. And we have replaced Gilbert with Alvaro Odriozola, coming across from Juventus for £40 million. So that was a big window there. Some big numbers being thrown around. Our squad continuing to improve. Let's crack on, and hopefully, I want to make the push for Champions League football for Season 4. So let's see how we're tracking halfway through Season 3. Oh, I don't know about that one, lads. We're in the hunt, but it's going to be tough. We're sitting in 6th position, 8 points behind Manchester United. We need a big second half of the season. And we are going to make our first pre-contract signing here of this Aston Villa rebuild. It is Nicolas Stula coming across on a free deal next season. I feel like I don't make enough pre-contract signings. Well, compared to how many I used to make so many pre-contract signings, but I feel like in most rebuilds nowadays, I'm lucky if I make one. Regardless, we're going to make one here. Nicolas Stula, going to be a massive, massive improvement for our back line. Stula, the only piece of business we've done here in Season 3. I wish we had him now. If we had him now, I'd be feeling very confident about Champions League football next year. But let's crack on and see what we're going to be playing. No! We're finished in 5th position, which I think means that we are destined to another year of Europa League football, unless we won the Europa League this year, but that would be nice. But 5th position, making the moves up the ladder, but 5th with Aston Villa. At the relegation zone, it's going to be Wolves. Wolves getting relegated, along with Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. Liverpool have taken down Man United to win the FA Cup, and we've lost to Tottenham on penalties in the Carabao Cup final. We could have had a big piece of silverware there. Juventus are your Champions League winners this season. And we've lost to Valencia in the Europa League final. If we won that, we would be playing Champions League football next season. But we have lost 2-1 to Valencia in the Europa League final in season number 3. Now that one hurts. This season felt like so close, but yet so far. One position off making Champions League football. Lost on penalties in the Carabao Cup final, and a loss in the Europa League final. Let's crack on and see if we can make those losses into wins in Season 4. We ain't fucking around here, lads. Pardon the French, but I am feeling on top of the world to kick off season number 4. It is João Felix, the Portuguese wonder kid, 89 rated, 22 years of age, coming across from Atletico Madrid for £66.9 million. Atletico, you absolute mugs. Check your release clauses. Thanks for coming. Compared to the signing we just made, this feels like a tiny fee, but we have sold Nyland, the Norwegian goalkeeper. I thought he was Danish for a second. The Norwegian goalkeeper headed to Brentford. A 1-for-1 sort of window. I want to assess the squad halfway through the season and see where we need to improve. I really want to assess it. But Stula in, Felix in. Let's see if we're making a run for Champions League football. That's more like it, lads. Halfway through the season, well, on the 1st of January, we find ourselves in 2nd position in the Premier League. 56 points, tied with Liverpool. So we're not comfortable when it comes to Champions League football. I mean, there's only 6 points between us and 5th, but this is a great start. A big pick up here. Joshua Kimmich joining us from Bayern Munich. I know he's listed at CDM, but I'm going to be playing him at right back. Odriozola not growing as much as I wanted, and I thought, screw it, let's go in for someone like Joshua Kimmich, who is a game changer. 90 rated, and if we do get injuries in the right back spot, the centre defensive midfield, he's so versatile, so I'm very excited about Kimmich joining Villa. No surprise that when you're spending £89 million on a player, you're not going to get to do too much else. But regardless, that's a massive pickup, and I'm hopeful Kimmich gets us over the line and keeps us in the top 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. Aston Villa are your Premier League champions here in season number 4. Just the one loss all season, 105 points. Bloody hell. We're not just playing Champions League football, we've qualified in absolute style. We're not even close to the relegation battle these days, but to keep you guys updated, it's Sheffield United, Fulham and Norwich all relegated. We have also won the FA Cup, so the honours flying in left, right and centre with Villa in season 4. Liverpool have won the FA Cup once again, or the Carabao Cup I should say once again. They've also managed to win the Champions League. Get in there! We've managed to win the Europa League. We've done the treble, the Europa League, the Premier League, the FA Cup. That is absolutely ridiculous. Aston Villa taking down Arsenal 2-1 to be your Europa League champions. That feels nice given the fact that we lost the final last year. So an absolutely outstanding season 4. We've done the treble with the villains. We've got a ridiculous, like a ludicrous side. I am so keen to see how we crack on in season number 5. I love our starting 11. So I think that with the money we have in season 5, I think we have a genuine shot at winning the Champions League this season. So I'm like, all right, let's go and improve our bench. Let's get a new backup goalkeeper. Anthony Lopez, £32.1 million is our first signing for season 5. A big name signing here to also come and sit on the bench and be Jack Grealish's backup. It is Philippe Coutinho signing for £36.1 million from Barcelona. And we have spent exactly £30 million on the dot to bring in Yannick Carrasco, the Belgian midfielder signing from Bayern Munich. So there we go. We knew exactly what we wanted to do in this window and we have done it. A new backup goalkeeper, a backup attacking midfielder, and a backup left midfielder. We're in the Champions League this season, so let's go look at our group. That is a tough group in the Champions League this season. AC Milan, Ajax, and Celtic. I mean, I still am confident that we're going to be going through to the next round, but I mean, we're going to have our work cut out for us. If we drop some points here, it's going to be game on for the rest of the group. Too bloody easy, lads. We have gotten through to the knockout rounds along with AC Milan in absolute ease. I mean, Ajax not even close. Celtic couldn't buy a win to save their lives. Ourselves and AC Milan through so comfortably. But it starts to get serious and quite challenging in the round of 16 because we have been drawn up against Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16. Very interested to see what their side looks like. Hopefully they sold their good youngsters like Sancho and Brandt and all those sorts of players, but not an easy task. Our title defense in the Premier League, whilst it's still alive, it definitely hasn't gotten off to the best start here. We find ourselves sitting in 3rd position on the 1st of January. The goal, of course, we need just top 4 football. We need to qualify again for the Champions League, but I'd like to win the Premier League in back-to-back seasons. Now, I have decided to make another backup signing here. I was looking at the squad again, and I thought if we have an injury to Nicolas Pepe, we're absolutely done for. So we've signed David Brooks here, the Welsh midfielder coming across from Villarreal for £35.6 million. And Brooks coming in is the only business we're going to do in this January transfer window. I love the squad we have, and I hope it can deliver a European Championship to Villa Park. This is where it gets serious, lads. The Champions League knockout round. So I've got the away leg up first here. Some few injuries there on the bench, but nothing to the starting 11. Let's get a result. I want some away goals, lads. That's what I want. The scoreline after the first leg is a 1-1 draw. Felix missed a pen in the 13th minute, but at least we have one away goal. So 1 goal apiece here as we head into the second leg. Come on, a clean sheet gets us through to the quarters. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Full strength starting 11 on the starting 11 and bench. The scoreline is 2-1. Felix with a brace. We're headed to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Let's go. Things just got serious, lads. In the quarterfinals of the Champions League, we are versing Real bloody Madrid. The Galacticos. That is not... To be fair, looking at that lineup, all 8 teams remaining are 8 of the best teams in the world. So I am very, very interested to see how things play out after this first leg. Again, the away leg first, which is nice. Away goals, please. Come on. Give us the away goals. The score is a 3-0 win. What? Nicolas Pepe has scored a hat-trick against Real Madrid. What universe are we living in? So yeah, I'm feeling alright right now. I'm feeling good, like I should. 3-0 up. Come on, surely we don't bottle it from here. Surely not. Surely, surely, surely. There it is, 2-1. I hope Ndidi's not suspended, but we're through to the semi-finals in scintillating fashion. 5-1. What? We've taken down one side of the El Clasico, but now it is Barcelona in the semi-finals for a chance to make what would be, if we made it, an all-English final, either Liverpool or Manchester United. But we need to get past Barcelona first, which obviously getting past the Catalonian side is not an easy task. Another 3-0 result in the first leg would be absolutely scrumptious. It'd be scrumptious, but we have the away leg up first again here at the Camp Nou. The scoreline, come on FIFA gods, be on our side, is a 1-0 loss. Okay, Messi has given Barca the lead and we now have a lot of adversity to overcome because we didn't get an away goal and we're behind. I'm going to say a quick little prayer to the FIFA gods here because we have the home leg at Villa Park against Barcelona. Come on lads, get us through to the Champions League final. Here we go. The scoreline is 3-1. Fucking get in there. We're into the Champions League final. Pepe, Barnes and Grealish all getting us there. Let's go. We're versing now either Liverpool or Manchester United. Oh my God. It is going to be Aston Villa, Manchester United, both of our clubs battling it out for the Champions League final. Quick look around all the other competitions. Villarreal taking down Sociedad to win the Europa League. We have finished in second position in the Premier League, so no back-to-back, but the reassuring thing is that if we lose tonight to Manchester United, Season 6 will see us have another opportunity. Wolves have come right back up and gone right back down alongside Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest in the relegation battle. At the start of the season, we did take down Liverpool on penalties to win the FA Community Shield. We also have won another FA Cup here, taking down Arsenal 2-0. We also won the Carabao Cup. We're raking in the silverware in this rebuild. 2-1 over Manchester City. Okay, that's nice to see. We've also won the UEFA Super Cup here with Aston Villa, defeating Liverpool at the start of the season 1-0, so a lot of silverware. No complaints with me. I mean, how this season's gone. It would have been nice, to win the Premier League, but as we are looking at the squad report here, we have had, God, I'm burping as hell like crazy, but we've had an insane season, haven't we? It's just been ridiculous. It would be so nice if we top it off with the Champions League. Our starting 11 is just ridiculous, and Diddy up to a 92. Coutinho on the bench. I mean, you know your squad's good when you got Coutinho on the bench. I'm loving this side. I'm just very interested to see how it plays out in game. João Felix up to a 95. That is absolutely ludicrous. Our bench striker Wesley at an 88. Tammy Abraham at a 90. Our side is just crazy. Let's crack on, lads, and see if we can win the Champions League title here with Aston Villa in season number 5. clubs face off here, but only one can be crowned European champion. We're on the attack nice and early here. Oh, had our pocket pick there. And now United are looking to counter-attack here. Bruno Fernandes, get back to it, Kimmich. Bailey's too fast. They've hit that one straight into the gloves of Kepa. Thank God for that. Come on, Ndidi down the line here. Kimmich looking for a good option in the box. Ndidi again, taking it nice and calmly. Going here, Tammy Abraham shoots. That was an audacious attempt, wasn't it? Didn't expect much out of that. Come on, lads. Let's get that breakthrough. 10 minutes or so till halftime. Kimmich down that right-hand side again. Pepe, good run there from Jack Grealish. The captain, Grealish, however you pronunciate it. Ball in, hits it. Oh, what a save from David De Gea. Are you kidding me? How has the Spaniard saved that one? Beautiful ball. I mean, it probably helps that we hit it straight at him, to be fair. Corner here for us. Ball goes in. Davinson Sanchez. Good save again from David De Gea. Bloody hell. Follow-up corner. Here's second time lucky. Grealish in again. Through. Tammy. Oh, Siula. De Gea's had an air swing, but Nicolas Siula's put it over. Are you serious? Oh my God, that is a ball and a half to Diatta. Firpo's covered back. We need to jockey though. They go through, block it. No, Bailey, good save. Kepa, clear it. Get it away. Bicey, clear it. Just clear it. Bloody hell. Still all tied up here. Half an hour to go. Goal here would be so important. Good run coming through there. Good ball. Tammy Abraham saved again from De Gea. United pushing through now. This is where it gets really jammy. Leon Bailey's caused us issues all game. They go back! Thanks, Decore. Oh, I thought Decore was about to put them in front. 88th minute. Yes, good interception there from Junior. Firpo, counter-attack. 89th minute. We're nearing stoppage time. Come on, Felix. How much stoppage time are we going to have? 2 minutes. Come on, we've got 2 minutes to win it. Abraham out to Pepe. We need some runners forward. Pepe using the pace, though. Somebody make some runs. We're going to go there. Grealish. Grealish. Good move. Good ball. João Felix has won it for us in the 92nd minute. Let's go. Oh my God. You can't write it any better. João Felix has surely won the Champions League final for us here. What a move from Grealish. What a ball. What a header. Villa are winning the European Cup. There it is. Come on, blow that whistle. There it is. In one of the most ridiculous endings to a Champions League final we have ever had in a rebuild. It is Aston Villa coming away as champions of Europe. I can't believe that. I'm kind of shell-shocked. But lads, oh my God, if you enjoyed that rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. I don't know how you couldn't have enjoyed it, but leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you're new around here. I'll see you for the next one very, very soon. It has been Jared HD here. I am out. Peace.